Nice. All right. If you forget the food, don't forget the snacks and the drinks to go with it. I've been actually sitting here for the last 20 minutes or so, almost 30 minutes, watching the clock. I was actually going to start it early, but I'm hurting. I figured if I get this done early, I'll go to bed. So, as the thumbnail suggests, and I took that before, I was actually trying to find a way to do this at 6 o'clock, but I didn't realize if I posted it at 6 o'clock, it wouldn't be live. Okay, figured that part out. Mike at Midnight, by the way, doesn't need to be live. It has been thus far. Anyway, I didn't have enough memory storage on my phone to record it and then post it on a timer that it will appear at midnight. And so to do it as a chat, I waited and waited and waited and waited to do this now. Hi, honey. There's you and Evan and one other that at the moment I can't see who it is because they aren't talking. Maybe it's my stalker. Oh, 4 now. I have a stalker. I guess that makes me a celebrity, right? Nobody stalks you unless there's something about you that's important. I got a hunch I know who it is, too. Anyway. Right now, I don't care. I don't care if the powers that be shut down my channel because I played music that one day. Oh, sinner! I don't care. I'm hurting, and when I'm hurting like this, I don't care about a whole lot of nothing. So. Alright, what do we got for food anyway? I had chicken pot pie today. And you'd think, well, wow, how did that happen if you're still at the same warehouse you loaded last night? It's in a can of Campbell's soup. And then once removing the lid, you pour some crackers in there, stir it up, eat it, pour some crackers, stir it up, eat it, and eventually you get crackers all the way to the bottom of the can. Room temp soup. Yummy. But hey, like camping, except camping, you can at least, excuse me, if you're camping, you can at least heat it up. Alright, so the title of this, I'm doing a review, partial review, of Blinded by the Lyrics. Kind of a play, Blinded by the Light. And that is in here too. I think I've done that one already. I don't remember if I ever not. By Brent Mann. I suppose I need to mention it's Citadel Press, Kensington Publishing Corporation, New York. Copyright 2005. I'm in no way trying to take credit for this, make money off of it, or whatever else. I'm merely doing a partial review for entertainment purposes only. It's like when you go to your favorite watering hole in those poker machines. Entertainment purposes only. Okay. This particular passage is called it refers to it first as a slight opening, labeled as a sad, popular classic, Fire and Rain by James Taylor, 1970. Of course, we all know the tune. Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you, which is, of course, written by James Taylor. A quote from James Taylor says, I would advise you to keep your overhead down, avoid a major drug habit, play every day, and take your music, take it in front of other people. They need to hear it, and you need them to hear it. Quote by James Taylor. Little known fact, he in fact had it. People think, when you think of musicians and drug habits, you think of, major rock stars. Def Leppard and Kiss and Led Zeppelin and things of that sort. Nobody ever would have thought Johnny Cash, Ray Charles, or James Taylor. But apparently, regardless what kind of musician you are, the music scene, the powers that be in the record industry, I guess the one just kind of always finds its way to the other. Fire and Rain was James Taylor's first hit single back in the fall of 1970, and it's been dissected almost non-stop for 35 years, spawning a variety of interpretations and speculations. For example, who exactly is Suzanne, mentioned in the song? According to James Taylor, she was a friend who committed suicide in 1968, a time when he was in London working on his debut album, James Taylor, which was released on the Apple label. James Taylor was the first artist signed to the Beatles' Apple Records. Taylor had met Suzanne in 1965 during a stay at McLean Hospital, a psychiatric center outside of Boston, where he was being treated for depression. Over the years, it's been erroneously reported that Suzanne was Taylor's girlfriend who died in a plane crash on her way to visit him, which is just not the case. There's a line in Fire and Rain about flying machines and pieces on the ground. And this has fueled, I'm sorry, my vision's kind of blurry tonight for some reason. And this has fueled the girlfriend plane crash story. Actually, that particular part of the song refers to the Flying Machine, a band Taylor formed with Danny Kortchmer and Joel O'Brien in Manhattan in 1966. The group released a 45, which is a vinyl record for those of you who are all about data and CDs and nothing older than that. Maybe cassettes, but anyway. They released a 45 on Rainy Day Records featuring Brighten Your Night With My Day on the A-side and Night Owl on the B-side. The record proved a commercial flop, and by 1967 the Flying Machine was defunct, left in pieces on the ground, so to speak. In terms of the title, Fire and Rain is generally interpreted as being inspired by Taylor's well-chronicled battles with depression and drug use. When the singer returned from England in 1968 after finishing the James Taylor LP, he entered the Austin Riggs Center in Stockbridge, Massachusetts, to address a heroin addiction. Ray Charles, Johnny Cash. And in the tune, he sings about needing to make a stand, presumably against his destructive habit. It's amazing that the people who never made it into the news as having drug habits, the people who always seem to fly below the radar of the press. I remember as a kid hearing about Paul McCartney getting arrested as he was trying to board an airplane, had some marijuana. Some marijuana. That harmless herb that is oftentimes smoked and even used as a medical, I won't say cure, but a medical aid for people with glaucoma and other things, I'm sure. So I've never, until reading this afternoon, knew anything about James Taylor having a heroin addiction until I saw the movie Ray. I never knew anything about Ray Charles having a heroin addiction until I read the book Cash. I forget if it was biography or autobiography, but anyway, it was the story of Johnny Cash. I didn't know Johnny Cash had, I knew he had drug problems. I did know that he had drug and alcohol problems, but I didn't know that was that extreme. But yeah, it just goes to show that anybody is susceptible. It doesn't matter who you are, what walk of life you're from. I think some people, it's just that fame becomes more than what they had expected. It becomes more than what they were prepared for. Fame wrecks marriages, relationships, brings on alcohol and drug addictions. Fame does a lot. Some people handle it, and George Strait. You look at George Strait, you don't see any of the issues that some of the famous celebrities have had. Even George Jones has had his addictions with alcohol. Back in the days when he and Tammy Wynette were married, I guess he would every now and then become somewhat violent due to the alcohol. But hey, Benny. So the thing of it is that I didn't expect at all. I mean, James Taylor's a name that the only time you ever hear is when you heard some of his music being played. So that surprised me. But yeah, I found that interesting today, and I thought, yes, which I don't necessarily read like my wife will read a book and she'll read it all the way through and then set it down, pick up another book, read it all the way through. She'll take a coffee break and a smoke break in between. But I don't read like that. I'll read a little while and put a book down. I might pick it back up again for days or weeks. It depends on my schedule. Depends a lot what I got going on. So, but yeah, I was reading this earlier today, and I'm trying to familiarize myself with it. Benny, this is why I was just reading out of right here, blinded by the lyrics. And I tried to familiarize myself with it so I can remember, because I don't have really good memory. I'm trying to remember which ones I have already presented to y'all and which I have yet to present. So I don't want to do the same one twice. I suppose I can always go back through my list, like a midnight list, and then that'll always tell me. So. But I read that one today. I was like, no kidding, James Taylor was a heroin addict? Wow. But anyhow. So a little bit of my situation. I am still sitting in the exact same, I am sitting about 20 foot over from where I was, where I fell off the truck yesterday, or fell off the load. And I haven't left this place yet because I'm hurting. And last night, by the time I left, I'd have gotten to a truck stop and not been able to find a place to park. So I figured, why bother moving? And then this morning I woke up, I was hurting worse than I was last night. So I thought I'm just going to camp out back in the bunk for a while. And that's pretty well, other than trying to climb in and out of this truck to let the puppy out, take her for a walk. I haven't gotten out of this truck to do anything. I got this morning the pallet that I had grabbed a hold of, which I was trying to hold on to, through that pallet to grab the pallet below it. And hold on to that while throwing my strap up and over, which was caught between that stack and another stack of pallets. And in the process, this pallet went sliding. And then, like a dumbass, I started trying to grab onto it, so I'd have something to hold to keep from falling. Needless to say, both that pallet and myself came crashing. The pallet crashed down to the ground. I have another pallet on the tail of the trailer that has all my tarps and stuff on it, and I fell onto that, breaking the pallet with my ass come pounding into it, and then fell in between the beams, I guess we'll call them, the steel bars, steel whatever, that make up a kind of a floor joist kind of deck. There's no actual deck on that part, it's just there as an extension for some oversized stuff that we usually haul with this trailer. That way the tail lights are further out. The only reason it's there. It is welded on and it's secure and it'll handle the weight, but yeah, there's no deck there. So I fell between the actual tail of the trailer and this additional piece that's there and got wedged in between that. That's where I banged up my leg and everything else. My back, when I fell onto the tarps are all wrapped up with bungees and the hooks, of course, are pointing up, and So what's up? I'm gonna keep this short, but before I sign off, say goodnight. What's everybody up to? We got Beanie is here. I want to hear you sing, girl. I love listening to you sing. And anybody who ever says anything contrary to you, they just don't have good taste in music if they ever do. I don't know why anybody would. I think you're a great singer. Well, you see, now here's the deal. I'm obsessive compulsive. Okay. The old saying is that good enough never is. So, well, y'all. If I didn't know it, Benny, I sure know it now. The idea that, well, I could just throw a strap across the center of those last two stacks, up over one side, back down on the other, that is good enough for some people. But the problem is that sometimes they don't move forward, like when you hit the brakes, for example. They'll want to slide backward from as they bounce. The trailer is lower at the tail than it is at the nose because my truck sits up taller than most. And so any vibration will want to cause it all to start leaning backwards. I've had that happen before. And things like roll roofing and whatever else, you want to take and put your straps crisscrossed across the back, up and over, and then pull forward. And I was trying to do that, and the wind caught one of those little 2-inch ratchet handle type straps, because you can't really do that real well with the 4-inch strap. So I tried doing that, and the wind wasn't being my friend. And you're right. If you're not careful, apparently I wasn't being careful. I thought I was, because believe me, I'm scared of heights. So I'm real cautious when I'm climbing up stuff. But I've gained a lot of weight since the mom and I got married. And I guess that extra 30-40 pounds I'm packing here in the middle was more than that one top pallet with it, which I want to hold on to the top pallet. That's what I don't get. I was holding through the top pallet, and where the crossboards are, where they put stuff on, I was reaching my hand into the top deck of the second pallet. But when that first one went sliding, I started grabbing a hold of it. Oh well. It is what it is. So I'm not going to die, at least it's not just yet. So. Anyhow, yeah, Evan's always eating. I swear, I think that what he should do is open up a restaurant. But the only problem with that is he'd probably end up eating all the profits and end up eating himself out of business in a month's time. Oh, yeah, I'm okay, Benny. It hurts if I cough. It hurts when I move. The back side of my left knee, the whole front side of my left shin, got a gash tuck out of me like this, bleeding, blood soaked into my socks. Then, yeah, I knew that because I once had a job pedaling an ice cream bicycle, and at the end of the day, along with whatever wages I would have gotten, I had to pay the company some additional money because it was hot out there, and I thought, shit, I got a way to cool off right here in front of me. Yeah, I wound up owing money sometimes instead. Yeah, so like I said, when I hit that pallet, first I hit the tarps, that's where my back hit, and although the tarps are vinyl, they're rolled up real tight, so they're pretty stout. And then plus those metal hooks that are holding the bungees together. That's why the center of my back slammed onto that first. Then my ass slammed into the wooden pallet, breaking it. I'm sure I got a big old bruise back there because every time I get in and out of this driver's seat, it hurts like all get out. The back side of my left knee, that's where it hurt. The worst part's when I cough. When I cough, my back hurt kind of high up. Probably after I get this load delivered Monday. I'm like it or not, I'm going to have to get up and drive tomorrow. My wife says there's about 4 inches of snow coming to Arkansas, so oh joy. But get this load delivered and then probably end up going to see the doctor, I guess. I know that's why they say maybe I just need to be drunk, because they say that whenever there's like a car accident, the person who were sober in the other car, they'll be beat up 9 ways to Sunday, and the drunk will come up with barely a scratch. And because of the fact that he's so relaxed and he's not trying to puts hands out in front of him, trying to avoid it. We see something happen and we become rigid, somehow thinking that's going to do better for us. Yeah, maybe I just need to be drunk, so I'll be chilled. Like, oh crap, I'm about to fall to the ground. Learn to fall. That's actually, I know what you're talking about, where when you hit the ground, you kind of roll and come back up standing and things of that sort. You don't just let your body fall dead weight and kind of spring back up off the ground. That's not a bad idea. I'm trying to be nice. But I'm the movie watcher, not you, so you might not even know what I'm referring to. Is Clint Eastwood and Sandra Locke in The Gauntlet, and all through that movie he recites 3 words to her. Anyway, I'd rather go see my own doctor and back break falls. I'd rather go see my own doctor, and he's not in Fort Worth, Texas, so. Besides the people I work for, I can just see them trying to stick me with an ambulance and an emergency room bill, and I can walk on my legs, so I know it's not broken. I can move, although it hurts real bad. So I'm pretty sure all my issues are muscle related, in which case they're going to tell me just basically take a couple days off and don't do a whole lot. Well, that's, my wife and I, Evan, that's what we drink. That's our preferred drink is Dr. Pepper. So why would you mention that? Because I don't have one. They may or may not have a break room in here, I don't know, but it wouldn't matter because the place had been closed down since last night when they went home at 10 o'clock. And I was still out here strapping all this down when they left. This happened right around 11:20, 11:15, somewhere around there. Back break falls, judo. I don't know. Seems to think I always thought judo was just another form of karate, all about kicking booty. Never knew anything about falling gracefully was part of it. I did not know that. Oh, you don't have one at the moment. Okay, yeah, I could go. I found out years ago that I was drinking Coca-Colas like there's be no tomorrow, and I found out a lot of my weight gain was due to drinking too much carbonated soda. So I'm not strong enough to just get rid of it all entirely, but I have reduced the amount that I drink a lot. So Benny, how do you know all this? Are you into judo or some form of karate or anything like that? And how do you know that? That's interesting to me. A cherry Dr. Pepper. See how you are? When we go out to Wendy's, you have a cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper, don't you? With that stupid computerized soda machine. I hate that freaking thing. No, really? Are you really? I didn't know that. Wow. Now that's interesting, because I've seen some of the leisure, some of the things you do leisurely on your live streams. I'd have never guessed you were a retired cop. Oh, that just makes you all the more cooler in my eyes, man. Like, yeah, well, Benny laid back. Oh, yeah. You're all right, Benny. Yeah. And leisurely relaxing like you mean it too, I swear. That torch or whatever it is you light that dude with, I'm like, holy shit. Oh, I've never seen anybody use a welding torch before to light up a smoking apparatus. You and my wife should get together. I don't know what all my wife does as far as, how should we say, leisure or smoking, but I know the good old-fashioned papers and all that. But as far as when I was in high school, we had power hitters and we had bongs and we had pipes and we had this. I don't even know what they do anymore. Hookah. I love that song. Jefferson Airplane, White Rabbit, and the hookah smoking caterpillar. Oh yeah, I never realized this as a kid that Alice in Wonderland was about adult drug use and paraphernalia. I never would have thought that, but I look back at it and I can see it now. Yeah. Drink this, eat this, smoke this, and good things will happen to you. Well, y'all, I'm gonna sign off here and go back, lay down there. Well, I think since the puppy's still awake, I think I'll take her out for a quick little walk first. Benny, have you ever seen my puppy? Have you ever seen this? Yeah, go ask Alice when she is just small. You ever seen my puppy? There's Miss Shelby over there. Hi, Shelby. She says, hot in here, dude. Open my window, turn the heat off, do something. I put the window up so that y'all wouldn't have to listen to the engine running. And she got so much fur. Yeah, we've got oh yeah, that was two socks you saw that night that I was in the study. Black with white sock, little tuxedo cat. That was two socks. And then there was one of them I had done when I was doing one of my guitar videos where Missy was down there by the wood stove. I can see her in the corner of the screen down there. I'm gonna get one of these days when I'm home, and in the evening, all the outside critters come in. They get their love-ins, and we got one Precious. She just has to have her some milk every single night. You can almost set your watch by her right around 9:30. She'll come strolling up to the door, start meowing, and yeah, two socks are missing. And anyways, we've got Precious, Sawdust, Smokey, and Buddy the Wonder Dog outside. And we got two socks Missy and Miss Shelby over here inside. Of course, whenever I'm on the road, Miss Shelby's with me, except for during Christmas I was running team, so I had to leave her at home. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here, y'all. It just hurts a lot less if I'm laying down. And I should be able to be. I haven't tried playing guitar yet. I haven't whipped the guitar out at all today. Pink milk. It's Evan. That's called strawberry milk where I come from. Unless you're drinking, not Maalox. What is that stuff? Pepto-Bismol. Ooh, that's not milk, dude. Put that stuff back. I haven't even tried to whip out the guitar. I've been hurting. I've done nothing but lay down most all the day. Got up this morning, finished securing the load, took that one last pellet, found a place to put it up against the rest, strapped it down, said screw it, it's gonna have to ride. You know. Alright. So y'all, thanks for coming. And tomorrow at 6 p.m. I'll either be on with my guitar or without, but I'll be there. So anyway, y'all have a good evening, what's left of it. Oh wait, it's morning already, unless you're out in California or someplace. Central time, and that way it's already the next day. Beanie, I think you're out west, aren't you? Evan, aren't you out west? So those of you who are the Rocky Mountains or the other way, yeah, it's still last night for y'all. Anyway, thanks for coming by, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. It's been a pretty good book. It's one of these my wife got at yard sale, and it's been a pretty good book. I've enjoyed it. All right, gotcha at 10:30, more or less. All right. So if y'all got nothing to do tomorrow, 6 p.m. my time. So, and that would be, of course, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. Tune in. Let's see what happens. And I will definitely, somewhere between here and where I'm going, find someplace that I can buy me a little bit of Michelob. drink enough of those, I won't be hurting at all. I won't be feeling nothing. Anyway, until then, you got one life to live. Don't exist, but actually go out there and live it. All right. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. See you tomorrow, or see you somewhere between here and there, your channel or mine. All right. Pleasant dreams. Y'all say goodnight to everybody. I'm about to hit this little X over here. And I think, pretty sure after I do that, communicado is done. All right. Good night, y'all.